It was 2 a.m. when I heard the faint sound of the lock turning. Earlier that evening, my wife had told me she was too tired to stay up and had gone to bed before me, so the noise caught me off guard. I was already half asleep on the couch when it happened. The door creaked open softly, and then I heard her whisper, "He won't notice." My heart stopped. Then I heard a man's voice respond, low yet clear, "Good. Let's go quietly." I didn't move right away. My mind scrambled, trying to make sense of what was happening. My wife was supposed to be in our bedroom, asleep, but here she was, sneaking in with another man. The sting of betrayal hit me harder than I could have ever imagined. I stayed hidden in the shadows of the living room, my heart racing. I watched as she stepped in, followed by a taller figure. They didn't notice me, too busy with each other. She placed her shoes down softly and reached for his hand. A wave of nausea hit me as I realized this wasn't an accident. It was deliberate. They whispered, laughing under their breath like kids sneaking around after curfew. Every small sound seemed amplified, each one ringing in my ears like thunder. I clenched my fists, torn between confronting them right then or waiting to see how far she'd go. Rage and heartbreak clashed inside me, both threatening to tear me apart. The man leaned in close, brushing her hair behind her ear. "He's asleep, right?" he asked. She nodded quickly. "Yes, he never notices at this hour." That was the moment my anger overtook my pain. How many times had I trusted her when she said she loved me? I thought, how many nights had she lied so easily? I stepped out from the shadows. The shock on their faces was almost satisfying. My wife gasped, stumbling back, still holding his hand. The man froze, his face torn between guilt and surprise. I looked at them both. No words were needed. My silence was heavier than anything I could have said. Finally, I spoke, my voice calm, though my hand was shaking. "So, this is what you do when I'm not supposed to notice." She opened her mouth, trying to form an explanation, but the words never came. She knew there was nothing she could say to undo what I had just witnessed. The man attempted to step forward, mumbling something about leaving, but I stopped him with a glare. "Get out," I said sharply. "You don't belong here." He hesitated for a moment, then quickly made his way to the door, avoiding eye contact as he left into the night. The silence that followed was suffocating. My wife reached out, her face pale, full of fear. "Please, let me explain," she begged. But I shook my head and pulled away from her touch. "Explain what?" I said, my voice breaking, yet resolute. "That you've been lying to me? That you thought I wouldn't notice?" Each word felt like it was tearing me apart inside, but I refused to let her see me break. She began to cry, pleading, telling me it was a mistake, that she never meant for it to happen. But the whispers I had overheard told me everything I needed to know. It wasn't a one-time mistake. It wasn't the first time, and it wouldn't be the last. Her betrayal had been carefully hidden until tonight, when her own arrogance exposed it. I walked past her into the bedroom, grabbing a small bag of clothes. She followed me, begging me to stop, promising she would change. But the sound of his voice still echoed in my mind, and I knew promises were now meaningless. Trust, once broken, could never be fixed with tears. When I reached the door, bag in hand, I turned to her for the last time. "You whispered that I wouldn't notice," I said coldly. "But I did. And now you've lost me forever." Her sobs filled the empty room as I stepped out into the night. The cold air bit at my skin, but it felt strangely freeing. The pain cut deep, but with each step I took away from that house, I knew I had made the right choice. I had chosen self-respect over betrayal. She thought she could deceive me in silence, but the truth always finds a way to come out. And though I was walking away from my wife, I felt a strange clarity. I deserved more than whispered lies at 2 a.m. As I walked deeper into the night, I realized this wasn't my ending. It was my beginning. Betrayal had broken me, yes, but it had also set me free. Beyond the pain, there was a future waiting for me, where I would no longer be the man she thought wouldn't notice. I would be the man who chose to rise above.